Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday wherever you guys are. I am your host and your resident tribal chief, Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Do me a favor for those coming on in. Oops, wrong one. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush a bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We are waiting for the start of the Wednesday weekly presser with our starting quarterback, Gardner Minshew. It was scheduled to start about 5 minutes ago. I'm glad I'm starting right now because I just got in the house and put everything together on the fly. So I appreciate everybody that's in here so far. We have about 33 in here. I actually didn't click the other live button. Let's get that set the right way. There we go. So we are on a whole bunch of platforms right now. We're waiting for the beginning of As the Shield Turns. It hasn't started up yet, but as soon as Gardner Minshew takes to the podium, we will bring him to you live in its entirety. Let's do a quick roll call before we go any further than this. Desert, number one spot right now in our Pigskin Pick'em. Salute, bro. Raider Clan, what's good? David Zahn, Stephen Hinton, what's up? Adam, what's good? Sacktown, Raider Mike, what's up, bro? Ken, I think that's pretty much it so far, at least for those that are in the chat. Don't be afraid to talk it up here, man. We don't judge. We don't troll. We don't do any of that bullshit. Come on in and hang out. Talk it up with the rest of your fellow brothers and sisters of Raider Nation. Looking at it now, still waiting. So, around the league, it's only really one topic of conversation to talk about right now as it pertains to our upcoming matchup against our AFC West rivals in the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs have traded for wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, formerly of the Tennessee Titans, for a conditional fourth-round draft pick. The Chiefs have been battling injuries, especially with their receivers. It's been a very awkward start for them, but yet they still find ways to still be the last unbeaten team in the league. You had Rashee Rice go down with the injury. Marquise Brown went down with a shoulder injury during the preseason. Juju Smith-Schuster is now injured. They are depleted, and everybody seems to know the secret formula into shutting down Travis Kelce. But again, they're still finding ways to remain unbeaten. So that was a transaction that happened between last night and early this morning. It is official. He should be suiting up against our Raiders this coming Sunday. We will be live, myself and Graf. You guys know what it is. Shieldmore Watch Party Live, Chiefs, Raiders. You guys will not want to miss it. Let's get into this right now in terms of the matchup preview. That was another reason I was here, but of course, when I can, if I can, I will play the pressers for you. And I missed APs earlier, so I don't know what was said. I'm going to have to go back and watch and listen to it when I get a chance. But let's talk about this matchup as it stands right now going into this coming Sunday. So in terms of the rankings right now, the Chiefs are ranked 19th overall in offense. Again, they're finding ways to win, so that's pretty much why they are where they're at right now. Defensively, they're ranked 6th, passing 18th, rushing 18th. Offensively for the Raiders, we're ranked 20th in total offense. Defense, we're ranked 15th, which I'm kind of surprised by. Passing 13th and rushing 30th. Not a surprise right now in that department. But again, we did finally get close to one of our running backs getting 100 yards on the ground in Alexander Mattison. Keep feeding that dude the ball. Let him be the lead featured back for us. And I think everything will handle itself, God willing. In terms of the matchup prediction, it's 73.4% in favor of the Chiefs, 26.4% for us. And the game odds as it stands right now, the open line for the spread opened up at -9.5. It is now at -10, both sides. Over under is 41.5, and the money line has KC favored at -600. And we are at +400. The passing leaders right now, Patrick Mahomes, 127 to 187 for 1,389 yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Gardner Minshew, 114 for 174, 1168, 4 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So, battle of the INTs. Kareem Hunt, right now he's deemed questionable for this game. And the most updated injury report should be out in the next couple of minutes. So once I get a hold of it, I'll make sure to give it to you guys live. 63 carries, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. Alexander Mattison, 69 carries, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, Rashee Rice, who is now on IR, 24 receptions, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. And our guy, that tight end that everybody seems to be talking about right now, Bowers, 47 receptions, 477 yards, and 1 touchdown. So there you guys have it with a bit of the matchup preview. I am going to try to find this on X right now to see if any of our guys have the report out there. And again, we're still waiting for Gardner Minshew to take to the podium. He's already 10 minutes late. It is what it is. As of right now, no, I do not see anything in terms of this injury report. Not yet, anyways. Uh-oh. What just happened? Okay, why can't I open this back up now? Ah, there we go. For some reason, I was not able to get the screen back up. Bauer's better than Kelsey. If he keeps up at this rate, yeah, probably. Salute to everybody in the chat. We have 86 in here. Again, we are waiting for the start of this presser. We haven't even started as the shield turns, so stay tuned for that, guys. Minshew too busy picking his nose. Yeah, probably. Salute to my guy from across the pond, Martin. Salute, salute, salute. See if I'm missing anybody in here right now. No. Huey, what's good, bro? Kelsey is washed. You know what's funny? There's a tight end that I had in my fantasy league and I dropped him and I just picked him back up after a couple of weeks because now all of a sudden he's starting to produce. And that's Mark Andrews. He's had a touchdown in each of the last 2 games. He definitely, if he's available in your fantasy leagues, if he's on the waiver wire, pick him up because now all of a sudden business is starting to pick up for him, Lamar Jackson, and the rest of that Ravens offense. What happened? No, it hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet. I'm sitting here looking at it. It says 5:15. They haven't even moved it yet to as the shield turns. It hasn't started yet. There she is. The mod mom is in here. Salute, salute, salute. How are you? Seeing if I'm missing anything in here. No. So I don't know where that came from. And for all you Dodgers fans, yeah, you guys already know where I'm going with this one. Late last night, the news broke that former Dodgers pitcher Fernando Valenzuela passed away at the age of 63. Thoughts, prayers, strength, and faith with him and his family during this difficult time. Like, knew he had stepped away from broadcasting a couple of weeks ago and was hospitalized and just passed again last night at the age of 63. So rest in peace to Fernando. So Fernando Mania. Rest in peace. A-Test, what up? Adam, what are we talking about? Oh, never mind. All right, never mind. Still waiting for as the shield turns and still nothing. This is going to be a very obnoxious show, and I tremendously apologize. Like I said, I came on for the presser. I actually wasn't going to. We're gonna try to keep this short and sweet. We've already been on about 10 minutes, but we have nothing on this end right now, and it sucks. It is what it is. Yeah, Sarah, I knew what you were talking about. I think you're talking to everybody else in here. But do me a favor if you guys haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush a bell, and you see it in the top right corner. 18 away from 9,400. Salute to the 105 we have in here. And we are on a whole bunch of platforms, including Instagram. So those that are on the Instagram side of things, come on over. Raider Nation News Today on YouTube. You could even search Hammer's House. Come on over, hit that subscribe button. You can come and hang out with the rest of the nation and watch this presser whenever the hell it fucking starts. Sorry for the language, but I hate when they drag this out. The other day, AP had his presser, I believe it was Monday, and it actually started before the time that they actually had it scheduled to start. So go figure today, we're already running 15 minutes behind schedule with this, and it is what it is. Desert, don't start because I will put that Dodger hat back on for you, dude. Licky, what's good? Rich, what's good? So I see that Graf and Wasted have a live tonight talking about the upcoming free agency period. And I'm looking at things and hearing things around the league with a lot of these moves and decisions that are being made as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline. And it's had me doing a lot of thinking in terms of things that we have talked about as well. Realistically, the way things look right now, it looks like we're going to be sellers. We talked about Colton Miller over the last couple of days. I do think that Colton Miller might be a guy that if a team is interested, that we would pretty much listen to an offer and see what the possibilities are. Would not mind going the route that we talked about on yesterday, actually, with Graf in terms of our offensive line from left to right. Mumford, JPJ, James, unfortunately, Parham, and DJ Glaze for the remainder of the season. Jacoby Myers, he's been out the last 2 weeks. Realistically, he is the only true one that we have right now. I'm not sure what his status is going into this weekend's matchup, but another guy, if the right offer is made, I think it might be best to sever ties moving forward. Right now, as it stands, I believe we have four picks in the first 3 rounds of the 2025 draft. I'm not going to do a mock draft right now. You know, we do that. We're being funny, but we're not being funny, especially with the way things have looked these first couple of weeks, especially this past weekend as well. And we did a mid game mock where we took every single quarterback pretty much that was available on the board, which was just I was looking back at that video the other day and couldn't stop laughing. Um, Fire sale on Miller and hopefully James too. Who do you think is going to want to take the services of Andre James? If that were to happen, that'd be great. Shout out to you, D Marquise, on the $2. If All right, now as the shield turns is finally moving. So we'll have that up the second that Gardner Minshew takes to the podium. The way the officiating is going, I'm not optimistic about this game. Yeah, I don't think anybody should be, but at the same time, our depleted team right now in terms of injuries, offensively, defensively down the line. Um, the game isn't really promising right now. And look, I told you guys the other day, I gave you guys a thought, my prediction, my projection in terms of what this season could look like come the end of the year, and it's I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's sunshine and rainbows, and I'm not going to tell you that the earth is flat, but they keep up at this rate, especially certain people not playing up to their best. Jack Jones, you're looking at a 4-13 team. You're looking at a 3-14 team at this rate right now. Hopeful that Ritter starts. It was funny because we were talking about that the other day, and look, this dude has to catch up and catch up quickly on this offensive on the offensive play calling. Now, if Minshew continues to shit the bed and they're just like, we've had enough of this, Desmond, go do your thing, then we'll see what he's capable of doing. But we talked about the signing the other day. I believe 12 or 13 starts for his career, 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. It doesn't scream sexy, but it's a piece to fill a void that we need at the quarterback position right now. So we got to take it as it goes and see what the possibilities are. And again, against this team right now in KC, wow, somebody's driving like an asshole. The addition of DeAndre Hopkins, because they needed help in the worst way possible at the wide receiver position. Granted, I've said this about Hopkins a lot. He's a guy that's often injured, but at the same time, the addition of him for that offense could blow the top open for them moving forward. We just talked about Patrick Mahomes' numbers, 8 interceptions in the first 7 weeks of the season. The numbers that he has down the line right now are all like the worst he's had so far in his career. So if we're able to handle business, maybe it could be a close game, but our guys need to show up. We heard AP talk the other day that the whole tanking thing and how the nation, the outside media, people that have no business inside the doors of Henderson or the doors of Allegiant are assuming that they're tanking and this, that, and the third. Like, kill that noise real quick. I don't think anybody wants to tank. And I hate, you guys heard me say it the other day. That's the one word I hate in professional sports. Tanking and rebuilding are the two most disgusting words to me. I actually get a sick feeling in my stomach even saying those words. Salute to Kev. What's good, man? Him and Minshew were tied for picks. Yeah, it's interesting to see. But the funny thing is, and really not so funny, they're undefeated. We're 2-5. They said Tank Davis. I'm done with you. I'm still waiting for this injury report, and I guess until Minshew takes to the podium, we're not going to get the injury report yet. And I'm looking through the guys that I normally check, um, and there's nothing yet at this point. At this moment, let me check Vic real quick. And salute to him. Yeah, nothing yet. So take this as it goes, and salute to the 173 we have in here. The latest installment of As the Shield Turns is on. We are yet to see anything else. But again, once Gardner Minshew takes to the podium, we will bring you the presser in its entirety. Salute to everybody on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on X, on Instagram. And again, if you guys want to be part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. You see the name of the channel right in the top left corner. And the best way to search for it is right there in the top right corner. Pull on up over here, join the conversation, come hang out with the rest of Raider Nation. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are in here right now. Tank is a 4-letter word in football. Yeah, I can't with you. Minshew is a turnover machine. Again, Lou, we just talked about Patrick Mahomes and his stats. He's got interceptions as well. But he has a defense that's not completely banged up and torn up. Something to think about. Look, they really haven't had elite receivers. Their elite receivers have gone down with injuries. This is why they just turned and traded a fourth round conditional pick for DeAndre Hopkins. They needed all the help they can get. People are starting to be able to shut down Travis Kelce. So we have to do our job. We need to handle our business regardless of what we're missing, what we have, what we don't have. There's other teams that are battling injuries as well. There's teams throughout this league are battling injuries as well, but they're still finding ways to win. They're still finding ways to upset teams. They're not playing teams that are teams that you look at as being well below 500 teams and losing to those teams. The Broncos all of a sudden are coming alive. The Chargers are meh. They're looking mid, but guess what? They're ahead of us right now. The Jets are 2-5. They just got Devontae Adams. People thinking that's going to turn around. I doubt that. The Carolina Panthers started a backup against us. We got our asses kicked. Like, make it make sense. It's us not handling our business the right way. And it's not just the play calling, it's a myriad of things. Injuries catch up on you, yes, but it should be that next man up mentality. You selected 53 guys to make this roster, and it should be a roster that's supposed to help you win. And if your number's called, you need to show up and show out. This other dude that we've been using recently on defense, Harper, I don't know what his deal is or who he really is. Dude is not a guy that needs to be on the field. He is just a piece that just seems to shit the bed time and time again. Jack Jones, unless you get your shit together, you need to go elsewhere. I don't care that people were trolling you and this and the third, and oh, you couldn't stay, you couldn't play a single play on the field or at this level. Okay. Probably do a better job than you right now, my guy. Not spinning around, looking lost, and whiffing on tackles. Sorry, not sorry. When you do something else, something more productive, something more positive, a pick six, a forced fumble, lay somebody out, then you'll get your credit from me again. But right now, you look lost. You look like you don't care. You look like you're making business decisions and you're just collecting a check with the piss poor play that you have been having these first couple of weeks of the season. Riddler the Diddler. We need to score touchdowns if we want to beat the Chiefs. What do we score last week? Just a bunch of field goals, right? Carlson was our guy. How was I? Because maybe they don't trust in the rest of the guys. But DeCamerion Richardson was out there for a little bit last Sunday. He didn't do too bad. We need last season Jack Jones. We do. I don't know what the hell has transpired between last year and now. Just get paid. Oh, damn. Chat is gonna Donna, I'm gonna assume he said something in the presser. If you would like to share, please enlighten us because I didn't get a chance to watch that presser this afternoon. It seems like one of those games where hold on. This seems like one of those games where we're so much of an underdog. Yeah, we are. Kev, we went through the betting line before, the money line before. We're definitely let me get it again. Plus 400. Plus 400 going into this. Minshew just got a turnover before the press con. Oh my god! You know it's been we scoring, but yeah. Okay. Thank you, David. Anthony, salute. This is on AP. Hold on. I want to read this. Jack Jones probably mad that the offense keeps putting them on the field every 4 plays, but Andy Reid has his defense humming, even with their offense sucking too. Janoy, that's a very, very valid point. We just talked about the rankings. Like their defense is number 6 right now. They're ranked 6 in the league. We're ranked 15th. Like again, and we got Minshew back here at quarterback starting for us. Like we saw what happened this past week, and that terrible, terrible turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. Like these guys are gonna have to protect him, and he needs to stop playing scared and make shit happen. If not, it's gonna be a long, long, long day for our defense. Very long day for our defense. There was no information coming out of AP press conference. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sacktown. I appreciate you. Get right game for Mahomes, and it pisses me off. We know it's gonna happen. Look, we're still gonna be here. We will still be me and Graf will still be here for the 3.5, 4 hours for you guys doing the live play by play. Look, if we're gonna suffer, we'll suffer together. Of course, we want to win, but something's got to give. We need to see something a little bit different. We talked about us potentially changing um our play caller for the offense, and I just we're going into week 8. It still hasn't happened yet. It's kind of disturbing to see that we're seeing the same abysmal play calling and same mistakes over and over and over again. Minshew's first 2 reads are the opposing. Oh my god! Salute to the good stuff. Bring on the redirect first Minshew turnover. Like I said, Arnie, if he starts shit in the bed and shit in the bed early, I would just be like, yo, Diddler, go, please do us a favor. Ooh, Demokes, damn man. Honestly, I doubt the offense want to even support Minshew. Whispers were on the sidelines were just the whispers of no one cares after AC went. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that the last 3 days, man, and it's frustrating to hear. Like hear something like that, and it's very disappointing to hear something like that. Like your teammates don't even want to fucking be out there to play for you. What was it? The longest yard when they kind of put 2 and 2 together that Adam Sandler was throwing the game. Offensive line just opened up the gates and said, "Here, handle your business." That's what it's looking like. Let me read this. Salute to Dark Phoenix. I know AP messes up, but he's a head coach in NFL with no real head coaching experience. Why? What the fuck did y'all expect? Give him a chance and at least one more season. We can't keep. So Dark. I don't know who you heard that from in terms of firing him. I haven't said anything in terms of firing AP. Yeah, this is his first time as a head coach in the NFL, and it's just it's frustrating with the things that they have going on. And again, injuries have caught up very quickly. Offensive coordinator is very, very questionable, and like things are starting to show now. Like you might have been made the scapegoat in Chicago, but maybe not so much with the way that this offense is performing right now. Again, rushing, we're 30th in the league. Like maybe it was a reason that Gessie was fired. Maybe it wasn't just him being the scapegoat and Eberflus keeping his job as a head coach for Chicago. Defensively, again, the injury bug has played a critical role for Patrick Graham in that defense. So I'm not saying we need to fire AP. Not yet. And realistically, I think this is a 2-3 year deal that he is on right now. We need to give this some time and see what happens. Still waiting for this presser to start. I don't know why it's being dragged out. hold on one sec. I don't know why this is being dragged out so long. This thing should have started over a half hour ago, and we have over 200 people in the chat. Honestly, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but let me see how many they have in their chat right now. They have over 200 in their chat. I don't know if if somebody wants to go in there and be like, instead of watching the Shield, come on over here and actually see somebody talking Raiders football. That would be appreciated, but make sure to come on right back. Like, I don't know why they do this to people. This right now for a lot of people is about 30 minutes of their life they're not getting back because they've been sitting there watching a Shield or watching a thumbnail the entire time. Don't understand Bradley being cut. I don't either. I hate that we're in a position that Minshew is our best option. And that was the first mistake. And now there's rumblings out there that the signing of Minshew was something that more or less was the straw that broke the camel's back for Devontae Adams and him really not wanting to be here. This is just something that I've read over the last few days, but realistically, it wouldn't be a surprise to me either. You had other options you could have gotten during the free agency period. You could have potentially traded for somebody like Justin Fields had you not signed or hired Luke Getsy. It's a frustrating situation right now to even think about, but there's no coming back from it now. It's a woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. Gardner quit on the team. He just retired. Stop it. Stop it. Getsy needs to get fired, though. My local high school team runs a better system than what Getsy's doing. That's both defenses will excel with Getsy's offense. So poor will be a low scoring game. Let's see. Let's see. Little Birdie told me he's probably getting himself traded at the moment. Hold on. Also, there are no facts to what I just said. Totally made that. Yo, Zon, you're a jackass, bro. Bradley is very, very slow mobily. Yeah. Don't care. He's gone. Yeah. Adam saw one AOC start and said, all right, I'm ahead of. Oh, God. The spinning shield lasts longer than the interviews do. That's again 30 minutes now. We're going on 35 minutes. Like, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this because I'm supposed to be getting dinner ready. I don't care if Ritter just got in the building. He won't commit 4 turnovers on Randman. 12 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 12 starts in his career. I don't know, man. Maybe this offensive line will want to block for him. Did Minshew get cut before the presser? Legend has the shield is going to be spinning until the next year's draft. Good God. G-Man, salute. Maybe he did get cut. Keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, y'all bugging. He might do more. We have to wait and see. And salute to the 228 we have in here. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. This way. 17 away. 9,400. Hit that subscribe button. Don't cost you a thing. +5 rushing touchdowns for Ritter. Still a better touchdown interception ratio than Minshew got this year. Jason, you ain't lying, bro. I'm seeing a lot of new names in here. Do not let it be your last time in here. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Every time I see AP's face during the game, he looks like a guy from the Titanic when it's going down. Why? What happened? Am I lagging or something? Hold on. Am I lagging? Still don't see the presser starting. Still see as the shield turns. 16. I'm going to just start counting it down when I see it. 15. Let's go, y'all. Appreciate y'all. 14. Appreciate y'all. Let's go. And salute to the new people in here, man. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of new names. 13. And I'm assuming some of y'all just came over from watching as the shield turns. So I appreciate y'all. And for those that don't know who I am your resident tribal chief of Raider Nation. They call me Hammer over here. Do me a favor. Acknowledge me. And now we got a couple of them that are popping up. So I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. Randman. Salute, salute, salute. And if you guys want to support me, support the channel, you want to keep the lights on here, the best way to do that is become a member. The link is pinned at the very top of the chat. I appreciate y'all. We are officially 13 away from 9,400. I would love to get to 10K, 15 by the season's end, but we know how things are looking for us right now. And I know a lot of people have already checked out. I ain't going nowhere. I will always be here for you guys. So just putting it out there right there. The mod mom said she's a new subscriber. I'm so done with you. Sub. Hammer the draft. Fucking dude, we need Hammer in our draft room. I wish they would hire me. I wish. At least Eric Young. It's a wrestler's name too. Salute. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. 12 away, y'all. Appreciate y'all. As the Shield turns, Raider soap opera every year. I wish I would have had like a dope, or not a dope, but like a stupid song to play right now with this. Like, actually, I might. Hold up. Eric Young, the latest update is we have a matchup against the Chiefs this coming weekend. We kind of went down through a little bit of the matchup preview, the addition of DeAndre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. We're waiting for this presser with Gardner Minshew, which should have started over 40 minutes ago. This is getting old and getting old real quick. Appreciate you, though. Elevator music. So we got a couple of new, they're showing the new ones now. So salute to Eric Young, salute to Randman as well. We are 12. That's right, 12 away from 9,400. Let's get it up. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. No Diddy if necessary. Randman, I appreciate you. Thank you. L Raven, what's good? Just win, baby. That's right. Sarah, you just came back recently, and you're always on one when you're in here. So really, stupid freaking Shield, man. Everything is fine. Just working on a contract issue. Wait, what? Better not bring him back. I'm trying. Yo, I have to find something because this is really. Did you guys hear the sound effects before? That I meant to ask you guys that. Like, give me a thumbs up if you heard any of the sound effects that I played earlier. Ian was good. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you, Christopher. Let's get that up. No Diddy. Hold on. All right, so Levi did it. All right, so let's talk about that before this presser. This shit is being dragged out terribly. Is it Damian or Ed? Oh, okay, here we go. All right. Our updated injury report as it stands right now: Harrison Bryant, elbow, he did not participate. We know he took that shot over the weekend. Adam Butler, hip, he was limited. Max Crosby, ankle, full participant. Tommy Eichenberg, quad, limited. Kanai Mauga, excuse me, guys. Knee, limited. Jacoby Myers, ankle, limited. Colton Miller, elbow, did not participate. Guard Dylan Parham, foot, did not participate. Gardner Minshew, right elbow, full participant. Jacorian Bennett, knee, full participant. For the Kansas City Chiefs, Mike Dana, pectoral, did not participate. Juju Smith-Schuster, we already said he is out. Kareem Hunt, hip, limited. Linebacker, Leo Chanel, shoulder, full participant. Wide receiver, McCall Hardman, knee, full participant. Defensive back, Jaden Hicks, ankle, full participant. Derek Noddy, the defensive tackle, tricep, full. Safety, Justin Reed, hand, full. And tight end, Jared Wiley, Achilles, full participants. So that is your most updated injury report. Today was the first official in-pad practice. So that is the most updated injury report for today. And salute. Where did I see it? Chris, thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know so I was able to get it out for you guys. Really appreciate that. Thank you. We are now 11 away. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Can't get right. Salute. Trading Colton for draft capital. I wouldn't mind it. We were talking about that before. Oh, Huey P, you've been in here. We were talking about it, though. I wouldn't mind it right now. Minshew sprained pick and finger. Yeah, y'all are terrible. I don't know. I have a feeling as long as he hasn't been in front of the podium, they may just cut it off themselves. And we've been off for 35 minutes. There's 243 people in here waiting for the presser, right alongside me. I appreciate y'all that are in here. And again, if you haven't already, you see it in the top right corner. We're 11 away. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell, y'all. Now I want to find that sad music because this shit is annoying. I don't know that you guys can hear that actually. Oh, that's not even remotely good enough for this. This is just getting really, really out of control right now with how long we have to wait for a press conference. We got to have the worst media team in the NFL. You know who they should hire? This is being dragged out way too much. I appreciate you. Yeah, it only lasts a couple of seconds. Nah, it's a sad violin music, man. I'm out. I ain't trying to hear Minshew anyways. Coach, appreciate you pulling on up, bro. I don't know if you guys heard like any of the other sound effects though. So like let's see. Salute to Raider Ryan. Minshew sprained his I'm not yeah. Ritter starting. That's all I'm gonna say. Tango is the best way to get a friend. Money, Chuck. If that's what you're about, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm not with that though at all. I'm not with that. Okay, you guys heard Peaches too, because that's off the soundboard. What hurts your ears? You don't like the Peaches song? The Peaches song is where it's at. What's wrong with you? I'm looking down at the bottom now just to see if there's anything, but no. Where are we gonna get the fool's gold from? Yo, I can't with y'all. And I'm sorry for the dead air. We've talked about a lot in the 38 minutes, and still waiting for this presser is just like watching paint dry. I'm not with trading well needed draft capital for a QB hammer. So what are we talking about here, bro? Let's have this conversation. We can do the back and forth right now. And I'm not being confrontational. I'm just saying, let's have this conversation. You're not with trading well needed draft capital for QB. As it stands right now, we have the 6th overall pick. Majority of the teams ahead of us are not going to be looking to draft a quarterback. I think the one that might be at this point in time may potentially be Cleveland. But at the same time, we've talked about this thing with Shador, and I think Shador might be the one to pull an Eli and be like, "I'm not going to Cleveland." So, what are we talking about? Damn, tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. 11 more, y'all. 11 more, and salute to the 250 we have on all the platforms. I don't know how many are on YouTube. 10 more. We need a receiver one, a left tackle, a corner, and a running back. Yes, we do. And we have 4 picks in the first. Excuse me. We have 4 picks in the first 3 rounds, if I remember correctly. Talked about the left tackle and Kelvin Banks, unless they feel that Mumford could be that guy moving forward as our starting left tackle. Corners, I really haven't looked at very much. The receivers, finally.
Tony was talking about how, there's plays out there sometimes where maybe the best thing is just throw it away or take the sack. And I know that probably is counterintuitive to a competitor, but how do you sometimes kind of walk that fine line of maybe this is the time to just throw it away and not do something dangerous?
No, definitely. That's something can do a better job of, that you got to look at every interception, every play kind of individually and figure out what you're doing wrong there. I feel like the first one to Brock was definitely one of those opportunities to throw it away. So, you learn from it. We're going to move on. Got to protect the ball this week, and we'll do that and give ourselves the best chance.
That you've gone long stretches by avoiding turnovers. Does that give you some solace or just some like, hey, I've done this before, so it's not like anything new to you?
Oh, absolutely, man. You can't let one game or one drop, one play, affect your opinion of what you are as a player, what you can be as a team. I think stepping out, having a good day of practice today, getting rolling for this week. I think we all have high hopes and a lot of optimism headed in.
As you mentioned, you can't let one play, you can't let one game define you or do things. But during a game scenario, what can you lean to, or what do you do when something like that happens and it's happened, such a short time?
Yeah, no, you just get back out there for the next play. Like that's it. Try to do your job on that play. Don't really carry it with you. You just learn from it, move on, play the next play.
Gardner, to that point about going long stretches without turnovers previously in your career, I know, like in other sports, guys like LeBron James have said if they hit a little bit of a slump or something, they go back and watch their best highlights and kind of remind themselves of who they are. You do anything like that, or what do you do if not that to keep the confidence?
No, I think that's important. Kind of having that banked. Having the good times banked. But no, man, I feel good about it. Like I'm ready to get back out there. Give me another chance. Wish I'd had another chance Sunday. I feel like that's always how you feel. If you can get out there one more time, you'll figure it out and make it right. And I'm excited to have that opportunity this week.
When you watch a video of the Chiefs defense, what does it really stands out to you?
Oh man, I mean, there's a reason they've been winning, and been doing it for a long time. I got some great players over there. Starts with 95. Got to have a plan for him. He does great. And then Spagnuolo, he dials it up, man. He gives you a lot of different looks. They disguise really well. They all work together well. So it'll be a little bit of a challenge pre-snap, but one we're looking forward to.
You guys added a quarterback to the roster. What have been your first impressions of Desmond?
Yeah, no, great to have Des in while Aiden's, banged up. So getting him in, met him yesterday. It's been awesome for the room. Try to get him acclimated as quickly as possible, and so he can help us.
How much of your time this week? I mean, obviously you got to prepare for the Chiefs, but do you kind of help him and bring him along in terms of the playbook as well?
No, definitely help him when we can. Like as we're in meetings together, not withholding information or anything. But I mean, I think everybody just has to do everything they can to prepare themselves.
Jack Jones spoke to you on Sunday during the game. And obviously week 2, we saw how Max came to you, having your defense come out and just try to get you motivated. How does that feel? What did Jack say?
Yeah, no, it's good to have support of your teammates, being able to have that communication across the ball. It's good to lean on. I think we got some great leaders on that side of the ball. Anytime they step over, I think you really listen to them and hear them. So it's good to have those guys.
As somebody who's new to the Raiders-Chiefs rivalry, do you have to play in it the first time to kind of get it? Antonio talked about, the fact that they worked the whole offseason geared towards the Chiefs since they're at the top of the division. Do you get it leading up to it, or do you have to be in it once?
No, I think we'll see it, Sunday. Looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You always want to play in the games that matter, the games that mean something, and this is definitely one of those, so it'll be a lot of fun for us.
Time for one more, yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gardner.
I really didn't want to hear any more of that. All right, we're back. And yeah, Desert Raider just put it up there. 10 away from 9,400. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Money Chuck, do me a favor. I'm only going to take one, and it's going to be yours because I want to have this conversation. So, give me 1 second. And seriously, nobody else. I'm asking nicely right now. I want to take this one, and then we're going to wrap it up momentarily. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for the dead air. I hate doing that to you guys. Salute to the 255 we have in here as well. I would like for Money Chuck to call into the vault line, and we're going to have this conversation, and we're going to wrap it up. We've already been on for 45 minutes. And like I said, I got some things I got to take care of. So appreciate you, Can't Get Right. Appreciate you, Rob. Thank you. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, damn it. I just want to hear what Money Chuck has to say. Let's have this conversation, and then we're going to call it a show. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from? And I hope this is Money Chuck.
It's Money Chuck Hammer. I'm calling from Boise, Idaho. Originally from south of Buffalo, New York. A long-time Raider fan, though.
Okay. Sound off, bro. Let's
Been
have
a
this
Raider
conversation.
Okay, let me say this before we even go into this. I'm 53 years old. I've been a Raider fan ever since I was 4, since my dad took me to my first game. I've watched this team. I've watched this team all my life. I've rooted for them. I've rooted for them. What's your question, sir?
No, you were saying what we need to do in this upcoming draft and the needs, and you don't want to trade draft capital. So, do you want, like, are you one of these people? And there's no disrespect at all. Like, are you one of these guys that are looking for us to continue to lose the rest of this season and have like the number 1, number 2 overall pick, or you're gonna play it where the chips lie? Like, if we're in the top 5 or even top 6, make the move for a quarterback there, and then not do anything else in terms of using any of that draft capital to get any more picks and just take it round by round. Again, we have 4 draft picks in the first 3 rounds of this upcoming draft.
I'm the first part. I want to tank, and I want the first or second overall pick. There's only 2 quarterbacks really worthy in this draft. Arguably one. You got Cam Ward. You got Shedeur Sanders. We need a wide receiver 1. We need a cornerback 1. We need a running back. We could use a new left tackle or a guard. We could probably use a safety. There's a lot of needs that we need. We need a quarterback, and I don't want to fall into this limbo to where we don't draft a quarterback in the first round. We try picking up something in the second or the third. It works out like tar. Then we start getting records like 6 and 7, 6 wins, 7 wins. We get caught in this limbo, and then we have to trade all this draft capital eventually to get a quarterback. Better quarterbacks are usually gotten in the earlier rounds. Statistically, that's how it works.
Yeah, but it could also be a quarterback that's there if we so happen to be within the top 10, top 13. Where was Patrick Mahomes drafted? He wasn't a number 1 or a number 2 overall pick.
But Patrick Mahomes is an anomaly. It doesn't happen very often. People use the Brady thing too. He was drafted as Mr. Irrelevant. It's like going to war and having a bullet ricochet 4 or 5 times, hit its target, and then say, "Hey, that's how we need to fight the war to win." See, it works.
But you look at some of these. You look at some of these other quarterbacks that were taken in the first round and how they have panned out. Look at Bryce Young right now. Look at a guy like Zach Wilson. Look at a guy like Sam Darnold. Look at a guy, and Sam Darnold now, he went to an organization that just did not have excellent coaching. He then goes to another team where quarterbacks' careers go to die. Now all of a sudden he's with a team that has 1 loss under their belt and tied for first place in their division. Will Levis was drafted in the first round. What has he done so far? You can't say, "Oh, I want a guy." I
never supported Levis or Richardson. They were taken in the first round because that position was anemic, and and people reached for a quarterback. In any other draft, those guys wouldn't have been drafted in the first round, and you know that, Hammer.
I'm just looking at it from the standpoint, and I've said this 1,000 times as long as I've been doing this, is you can draft a quarterback in the first round, but it's still a land of uncertainty. Who was that other quarterback that was drafted in the first round and went from team to team to team and is no longer in the league? Is that Josh Rosen? Like, it's things to think about. Like, if you trust in what this front office is planning on doing, and right now as it stands with the minority ownership by Tom Brady and Richard Seymour, I think that those are going to be the guys in there now that are going to be able to help facilitate and build a successful winning franchise moving forward, because you have guys that played in the league. You have guys that understand the business side of the game. Like you said, we need a receiver. There's going to be a receiver in free agency that's a number one receiver that we could get in T. Higgins. This is a guy that I've said I've been on the fence about in terms of the money, and I don't want to have to deal with a like diva-like mentality because we've seen the track record of that with the receivers over the last 20 years. But it's I'd much rather go in here if we're in that top 5, if we're in that top 6, if we're in that top 7. Yeah, quarterback will be there for us, and it could be Cam, it could be Shador. Brady wants Shador. Maybe that's the guy that AP wants as well and thinks that that's going to be the needle mover for this offense. You get the receiver in free agency, and I've said this a lot recently too. I wish that the draft was flipped and before the free agency period. Then you can have a better idea of what you need to adjust and what needs to be filled there. But
let me ask you this. Okay, so let's pretend New England is the first pick. That they're going to take that wide receiver. I can't think of his name. Cleveland at second. They take Cam Ward. Okay, you're going to tell me that another team isn't going to move up before us if we're the 6th pick and take Shador Sanders.
I want to look. I'm going to pull this up real quickly for you so we can.
And then let me ask you this. We're the number 6. We're the number 6 pick, and we want to trade up to 3 to get Shador Sanders. What is it going to cost us? It's going to cost us at least one number 1 pick and probably a second on top of it too. Are you willing to do that?
Maybe a future second rounder. Then yes.
So you're saying to move up from 6 to 3, it's only going to cost us a second round and our number 1 pick.
It'll probably cost us next year's first and maybe next year's second as well.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. It's well-needed draft capital. Like it or not, you know what I'm saying? We've got a good defense, but we got a lot of big holes on our offense. We need offensive line help. We need wide receiver number 1. We definitely need a cornerback 1. Why would we want to trade away next year's first and second round picks to move up 3 spots?
I'm talking I'm talking 2026. I'm not talking 2025. I'm talking
right.
Then
right.
I don't
That's
see
what
why
I'm
I don't see why not, for the simple fact you're talking about we need help on the offensive line. No, we need a smarter offensive line coach and we need a better fucking offensive coordinator. The only position on the offensive line that needs the fixing right now is the left tackle position. The rest of these guys are fine. Yes, we need a running back.
You bet the farm. You bet. So you think Colton Miller? You think Colton Miller is stable, and you bet the farm on Munford coming in and taking over his role?
Mumford has been a guy that's been on the heels for us at the starting tackle position for 2 years now. Yes, he can replace Colton Miller, and I'm truly believing right now that we are going to be sellers by this trade deadline. And I think if somebody wants the services of Miller, then Miller will be out of here by the end of this month.
And another thing too, another thing, I'll never forget the year C.J. Stroud was drafted, and we won that Indy game, the last game of the year. We dropped I forget how many spots it was, but it was at least 3 down. We could have been in a much better position to get C.J. Stroud, or have to spend less capital to trade up to actually get him. I know our general manager wanted Bryce Young, big mistake, but still, nevertheless, that one win against Indianapolis dropped us 3 or 4 spots, and we wound up with Tyree Wilson, who's been an abysmal failure at that.
Ziegler wanted Stroud, McDaniels wanted Young, and
okay.
neither one of them are in the silver and black now. So it is what it is.
Well,
again,
like I said, that one win knocked us down like at least 3 spots. We didn't get a top tier player. We wound up with Tyree Wilson. And that's what I'm talking about. This team, I realize this team is bad enough to lose on its own, but I just don't think tanking is a bad thing at this point. I know I hate to say it, but at some point you got to have a bad season to get some high draft capital and not have to trade away, future high draft picks to rebuild this team. And I think that's what we need.
We're not tanking. There's no need to tank. These guys are playing, and they're playing how they're playing right now. We're depleted by injuries. Was this team supposed to be in this situation 7 weeks in? Absolutely not. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's no turning back. We can't jump in the DeLorean and fucking make the changes that should have been made last year during the offseason. Definitely appreciate the call. Definitely appreciate the call, and we'll definitely talk again soon.
Winning 2 games could knock us from 6th to 12th. Remember that. Have a good one, Hammer. Stay true, by the way. I appreciate your.
I've told you guys this before. If you're down to tank, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that shit at all. So we are coming up on an hour. I appreciate everybody that pulled on up. I appreciate the call as well. On your way out, if you haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, reactions, and the house that Hammer built by the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. We will be back on Sunday live, our live play-by-play, Chiefs and Raiders live. Me and Graf will be here. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. And of course, as always, on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. And yeah.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro. See you guys Sunday.